review here on Super Retroid. Now, recent movie news. Movie news? I thought you talked about games, well we'll get to that in just a second. By now we all know who the new Batman is going to be, and it's going to be Ben Affleck. Best friends with Matt Damon. But, you know, whether you like the decision or not, this is the choice they've gone for. You should all get behind it. It could be amazing. He could be the best Batman yet. We don't know. So I say, we give him a chance. If the next movie is amazing, then there's obviously going to be a Batman trilogy, and there's going to be Justice League films with Ben Affleck as Batman, as long as he's good. If he's shit, there'll be an outcry, and he'll be, I don't know, killed or something. Maybe not killed, that's a bit too far, but struck off the fag register? Who knows? Anyway, Batman is having a bit of an austerity period. The 3 Nolan films, the Dark Knight trilogy, those films are awesome. That's all you can say about them. Everybody loves those films. They're just fantastic. Christian Bale is just phenomenal as Batman. Nobody can deny that. But then in the games world, Batman is also having a period of brilliance. And this is all thanks to one company, Rocksteady, who made Arkham Asylum and Arkham City 2 of the best games of the last 10 years by a mile. They are absolutely fantastic. If you haven't played them, you can pick up the first one for about a tenner, or I think you can buy it online for even less than that. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal games. I prefer the first one. I like the tight linear environment. It's only about, I think it's about 10 hours long in total. But it all just fits perfectly. I'm not saying the second one, the Arkham City, is a bad game. It's a great game. I just prefer given specific places to go in the first one. I mean, you can go anywhere, but you sort of feel like you're being taken somewhere. It's not like signposted. You just sort of know what you've got to do. You feel like Batman solving a crime. It's a phenomenal game. But we're not talking about those today, because this is obviously Super Retroid. We're talking about a Batman game that is, it's not hated, but people tend to not like it. There's a few things about it that they tend to hate about it. But personally, I think it's bloody fantastic. And of course, I'm talking about Batman Return of the Joker on the NES. I'm going to go and find it. Hang on. Don't worry, I'm back. This game here, Batman Return of the Joker. Now, when I had a NES, when I was however old I was, I think about 10, this was one of only possibly 10 games that we owned. So we had to play it. But I loved it. I absolutely love this game to bits. It's phenomenal. So let's find out why other people don't like it.
It has been a very long time since I've played this. So this might be a bit of a stab in the dark about how far I can get into this and show you of this game. But this is stage 1, and oh, the memories come flooding back. Just look at that beautiful sky and the gorgeous purples and dark blues, and look at Batman. I mean, you know this is Batman. It looks brilliant. The cape flies in the wind. And the buildings are great. Oh, I love this game. Anyway, let's talk about the power-ups. Now, there's if you like only one power-up, but it can be used in 4 different ways. If you shoot it, it changes. So it starts off as C, which is, I guess, crossbow. No, not crossbow. Probably blah, 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 blah. So anyway, one of those things. And you can, if you shoot it, it changes to a different one. So we want the, is it the N? It's been a while. It could be the N. No, I think it's the S we want. No, we don't want this one. Anyway, so the different ones. The C, basically it fires one shot at a time, but if you hold the button down, it fires off in about 5 different directions. The S is like a straight shot. If you hold that down, it goes mental and fires all over the screen. The N is like that zigzag thing, and the B is a boomerang. And if you hold the button down, which shoots, you get sort of like a massive attack which wipes out anything basically in front of you. It's pretty awesome. There are also these other little things you can collect, these little round things with wings, I guess you call them. I don't really know what they're called. You collect, I think it's 4 or 5 of them, and 8 of them, sorry, and you go absolutely batshit crazy and turn into an invincible Batman. It's just awesome. I love this game. So, people hate on this game quite a lot. It does my head in because it's just brilliant. This is, you know, my childhood memories for this are just, I could play this for hours. I mean, it's quite a difficult game, I will give it that, and that's the things you want to collect. It's not the easiest, but once you get into it and get into the zone on it, it's just fantastic. It's just an experience. Now, this game I didn't pay a single penny for. When we were young, we used to have, well, my dad had a friend who worked at a, we won't call the name of it, but anyway, he used to pick up some of the games for free, and this was one of them. Another one was Zelda 2. We also got, I can't remember now. Can't think about it. Anyway, Batman. So this is a sort of sequel to the first game, which is absolutely adored. I mean, that game is critically acclaimed. Well, critically acclaimed now. People love that, but they don't seem to love this game at all. It's just insane. So anyway, this is the first boss, and it's relatively easy, as are pretty much all the bosses. It's all about getting into a pattern and kicking their ass. But it's been a while since I played it, so it might be a bit dodgy. I like that you have a power number, if you like. Can't really call it a power bar, so you can tell exactly who is winning the battle. It's brilliant. Now, this weapon that I'm using is the S. I don't know what it's called. It's probably straight shot, but this is one of the better ones. If you use the C on the boss, it can take a little longer, and you'll probably die. So it's good. It's a bit of strategy. You have to go into the boss battle with the right weapon. The final boss in this game is, of course, the Joker in a massive machine. If you've never played this game, play it just to get to that, because that is a boss and a half. And if you pick the wrong weapon on that, it's going to be a struggle. It's still doable because you can dodge every projectile. You don't get that in some games. Some games you have to take a hit at some point. But in this, there is a way to get round everything that comes at you. So it's just about learning the game and getting good at it. And we're going to kill this guy. Come on. We're going to get him now, I think. His energy's going down, but so's mine. I'm taking quite a lot of hits, but we can do it. I'm good enough. Let's kill this son of a bitch. God. Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, now just fire. Get him. And that is the first boss done. It wasn't too hard, really. Now, the music in this game is beautiful. There's no other word for it. It's just, it gets you in the mood. It really does. And the backgrounds, I mean, look at that. There's so much going on. And oh, I died. It can kill you when you least expect it. You've really got to pay attention. It is one of those sorts of games. But I love it. I can't praise this game enough. I know it's a game from my childhood which I loved, but I think still today it's fast moving. The control is so responsive. It's always your fault if you get killed. I mean, that was a bit unfair, but you know, with a bit of practice, you can get through the whole game without taking a hit if you get really good at it. So nothing's impossible. It's not like the game is broken, so you can't complete it. Everything is. You can get round everything. I love it. Anyway, we're back to the C weapon. The good thing about this is it bounces off walls. So, especially in the boss battles, if you're in a position where you can't, well, you don't want to take a hit, so you're like crouching, you can fire it off the walls and damage him that way. So that's pretty cool. Now, these things here are a bit unfair because sometimes those power-ups will fall into the electric. I was lucky, but I fell into the electric. But you know, sometimes you're not as lucky, and but still, it doesn't take your enjoyment away. Now we get these flying stages where the rules are exactly the same. Just fire everything. It's just gorgeous. I don't remember this from any of the comics or any of the films, but who cares? It's so well done. Everything's just fun. It's just brilliant. Nothing is unenjoyable about this game, I don't think. Yes, okay, we're going to get to some parts where it's a little unfair, but happy days indeed. That's a super weapon. Oh. Yes, there's quite a lot going on, but I love it. And look how brilliant it's animated. I mean, you look at the top, that's moving faster than the bit just below it, and then the bit below that is moving a little bit slower, so it's It looks like you're speeding down this corridor of doom. It's lovely. I love it. If you can't tell already, I absolutely adore this game. It's just the NES all over, I think. The NES has got just some of the most classic games, and unlike games today, you don't have to spend a week playing it. You can pick it up, you can shove it on for an hour or so, and you've pretty much seen the whole game. And you can't do that with games today. You have to invest the time into them. Whereas this, it's just like, alright, I want to have a quick bash, and you can. And you don't have to be necessarily that good at games, because I haven't played this in yonks, but I am loving it. And I'm getting pretty far. You know, this is the 3rd level already, and now I'm going to die. That's about right. Anyway.
Why don't people like this? The visuals, I think, are phenomenal. They've got to be the best visuals on the NES. I can't think of anything else that beats it. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's just dark and brooding and fantastic colour palette. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. The music as well, it's pumping, it gets you going. And that's true with all, well not all, but most of Sunsoft games, their music just seems to be incredible. So, why don't people like it? Well, we're going to get to that in the next bit.
So, now we get to the stage which you see a lot of, and it can be a little bit tricky because everything is out to kill you. The ceiling is out to kill you. These laser things are out to kill you. And this is where it starts to get troublesome. Not that, obviously. Falling to your own death is obviously not a good way to start a level. So we have to get back there. Over this lovely conveyor belt thing. They can be a pain. No time for that, Batman. No time for looking at the ceiling. No, get this power up. So you can miss them, but I obviously cannot. Anyway, so we got the power up. Now, once we get onto this little platform, you'll notice that there's an enemy just the other side. So you have to be quick. You have to go for it and jump over the projectile, or you're going to get hit and fall off of the moving platform. This guy here throws a lovely barrel at you, and then there's more things falling from the ceiling. But if you just edge yourself along, I mean, I'm not really trying my hardest here, and I can do it. And people moan like crap about this game, but again, like I've said before, you've just got to learn the levels. And with this, it's fun because it is challenging. It's not that difficult, but it's quite a hard game, really. But I love it to bits. Like I've said many times. So here's another guy right on the edge. You have to keep jumping, but you know, you get used to it. I mean, that only took 2 attempts. And obviously there's this bit which is, you know, it's great. The game keeps changing it. It adds different levels to the game, and it's fantastic. What's not to like about this game? I mean, seriously, the small gripes do not detract from the fun you'll have while playing it. Just get on with it, you plonkers. Now we've got to kill these sluggy things, and there's one tricky jump coming up after we get off this thing. So all you have to do here is just basically wait until the right time, which is now, and then duck here, don't have to rush, no time limit, onto the boss. Fantastic. So this is this robot dude. We're gonna kick his ass. Maybe not. We're gonna try and kick his ass. But again, it's all about patterns, and you've got this quality thing. If you press down and then press the A button, you do this slide, so you can slide away from him. It's excellent, but I messed it up. I wasn't in exactly the right place. But if you do get him in the right place, then he won't hit you. So it's just about learning his movements. It's great. Absolutely adore this game. And look how cool he looks. That big robot thing. It's... love it. I'm getting a bit gooey again. I'm really sorry. I got gooey over Blast Corps, and now I'm getting a bit gooey over this. And yes, it's the nostalgia factor, and that definitely adds to my love for this game, but still, I think if I pick this up today, oh my god, could you imagine a HD remake of this? With, you know, with that music in surround sound. That would be amazing. Somebody do that, please. Somebody remake this game. You don't have to call it Return of the Joker, you can call it Batman Batman something. Batman kicks Joker bum. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't said the I'm Batman thing yet in the Batman voice yet, so I might do that at the end. I probably won't. I'll forget. I'm Batman. How was that? Was that good? Anyway, back to the game. And yeah, this guy takes a little bit of time, but there is no time limit. So you don't have to rush. Just take your time, try not to get hit, learn his patterns, and then this guy is a piece of cake. Like pretty much all of the bosses. There is one, the level before the final level, so the penultimate level, and it's a bit tricky as all these bubbles come at you and they can hit you, and God knows how bubbles can hurt Batman. But that's a little bit tricky. You really have to use the sliding and slide a lot, but it takes practice, as does everything in life.
Now, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube about games because I'm really into it, and I see a lot of videos about this very game, and the bugbears that people seem to have with it is during this stage, the one with like the what they call the conveyor belts and the red background. And what happens is when you get hit and you're on a conveyor belt, you get hit backwards. So sometimes you fall into a hole, and it's not really your fault, but it's not really the game's fault either. Well, it is, but you're just going to have to get better at it. You're going to have to learn the levels and just stop being crap at it. And it's the same with the winter stage, where you get hit by one of those whirlwind hurricane things and get pushed back and skid along the ice. But that's how ice works. If you get hit, you're going to keep going. So just get over it. I don't know why people don't like that about this game. It's just one of those things. It's one of the mechanics. It doesn't detract from your enjoyment of the game. It's a fantastic game, and people just get caught up with these little things and just chill out. Just, practice, learn the levels, and sort your face out or something. But anyway, there's another reason why people don't like this game. So let's go to my final thought. Okay, so I've shown you 4 worlds rather, of the game, and that's half the game. So it's not very long. I haven't played this in a very long time, so I think my skills have maintained themselves pretty well. But anyway, enough about that. The reason why people don't like this game is because Batman uses guns, and we all know that Batman doesn't kill, he doesn't use firearms, but in this game he's got what is essentially a gun, and he goes around blowing people up. So I can see where people are coming from, but just forget it. Just forget that it's a Batman game, and just pretend it's something else, because it's a great game. But I think it's just that, coupled with the occasionally frustrating mechanics of the game, and okay, maybe the boss battles are a little bit too easy, but so what? It's an enjoyable experience. Forget it's Batman. Get good at it and enjoy it. For God's sake. Thanks. See you next time.